What up, people? Let me go get my stuff. What's good with y'all? Uh, what's going on? Well, guess what, y'all? When you get my golden age, and I love the age that I am, it's all kind of stuff you gotta do to stay healthy. And until they watch this, until they show me some love, I'm not showing you what I'm taking. Oh Lord. But it is what it is, y'all. It's a marvelous Monday. Yep. And I gotta take my meds. I gotta stay healthy. People ask me all the time how you stay young. What you doing, RNA, to stay so young? I take my meds. Pill number one. Take my vitamins. Pill number two. I gotta take two of these. What is that? Take two of these and call me in the morning. That bladderwrack, black pepper, dandelion, elderberry, cinnamon, ginger, burdock root, apple cider vinegar, yellow dock, manuka honey, chlorophyll, vitamin D. Take two of those. These green. The other ones is brown. Got my new shipment in right here. Let me see. It said, what it say? What it say? Recommended. Take 3 capsules daily. Let me just take one. Gotta do what I gotta do. You already know, y'all. And then finally, what does that say? Yeah, look at this. Got to. That's one. That's two. 2 drops there. What is going on, people? What is going on? Let me do this because I gotta talk about my emotions this morning. Split view. I gotta talk about my emotions this morning because um the departure of Eddie George got me feeling some type of way. I don't know about y'all, but it got me feeling some type of way. Like real talk. It has me feeling some type of way. Yep. So I got my meds, y'all. I got a grandson. The boys. I'm gonna start calling them the boys. I gotta put my bluff in early. Let me take this. See, look at all of that, y'all. Look at all of that. Look at all of that. Look at all of that. Boom. All right. I don't know how you feeling, but I'm feeling sad, lonely, vulnerable, despair, depressed, hurt, isolated, abandoned, victimized, fragile, grief, powerless, ashamed, remorseful, empty, and fear, disappointed, embarrassed. Yes, Eddie George, Mama Shirley leaving TSU. I'm hurt. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm gonna say it. So these are my sad words, and I need everybody. And we're just having a good time today. But let's start vocalizing our pain. Let's start vocalizing our pain. And I learned that from as we're studying the book of Jonah. Um, at some point when you're in life storms, your pain needs to be vocalized. You have to give your emotions a voice. You and I have to give our emotions a voice. So I'm just being jovial. I'm just being sarcastic. I'm being facetious. I'm being sardonic. I'm facetious, sardonic. What's the other word? Farcical. Farcical, facetious, sardonic. Eddie George is leaving us. Man, I don't even, I do have a hashtag, but I'm just joking this morning. I need y'all to come in. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm sad. And here are my sad words. I'm vulnerable right now. I'm in a state of despair. I feel a sense of guilt. Like, and we're just joking, y'all. Come on in here. I feel like I didn't do my part to keep Eddie here. So what we gonna do? We gonna bombard the campus, and we alum. We gonna give Eddie what he want. Eddie, what do you need? Right? We need him at TSU. We need him. But these are some words that go along with sad, depressed, and hurt, embarrassed, disappointed, inferior, empty, remorseful, ashamed, powerless, grief, fragile, all those other things. Um, it is what it is. But anyway, hey y'all, I'll come back to that later. His conversations with Cornelius. I am your host, Cornelius, and yeah, they texted me now. Bowling Green hires Eddie George. Yeah, all right, good job. Okay. On this marvelous Monday, can we do this? First activity is on you. You're here. First activity today. Pill number one, pill number two, pill number three, pill number four, squirt five. Yeah. One, two, three, four, five. I need you to arrange in order. How are you practicing the presence of God? How are you practicing the presence of God amidst your hurt, amidst your disappointment, amidst all those things? How are you practicing the presence of God? Number one, what have I done? Because of the upsetting and heartbreaking news, I had to visualize God in my mind first. That's me today. Remember, what you do is what you do. I'm just asking you to share with us what you are doing as it relates to practicing his presence. And if you did not get the book, The Red Sea Rules, you need to get that book seriously. Yeah, good. I got some sea moss. This is my sea moss right here. Yeah. How are you practicing the presence of God? And you know what, people, when you have these conversations with people, um, and I'm not beating them over the head with a lot of religiosity or church isms or church anity or church knees. That's the new word. Church ism, church anity, and now church knees. I'm not doing that. I'm just asking you, how are you, Shirley and Miss Sheila, how are you prioritizing God's presence in your life today? How are you prioritizing the presence of God in your life today? How are you doing that? I mean, how are you doing? Amidst of what's going on, I firmly believe that God is calling us to prioritize his presence once again. That's all. Just prioritizing his presence. So what I had to do, and I'm doing it now, is visualizing him in my mind. I'm not asking you to sing Pass Me Not, all the stanzas. I'm not asking you to sing I'm on the battlefield for my Lord, all the stanzas. I am asking you one thing. The one ask I had is, how are you prioritizing the presence of God in your life? Mm-hmm. Shirley Mossadegh, he got, and guess what? Meeting him is a priority. Meeting him is a priority. So what are you doing? Here y'all go. Here's your opportunity to tell me what y'all are doing. Let me see. Directions. Yeah. Yeah. I visualized him in my mind. Then after I got God in my mind first, then I accessed him in prayer. Then I start singing to him to affirm his nearness. Now I'm happier, or I can display a sense of happiness because I've done these things. So I'm asking you, ma'am and sir, what are you doing to prioritize God's presence in your life? What are you doing? What are you doing? You need to be doing something to prioritize his presence in your life. That's a must. That's a must. hmm All right. Yeah, that's a must. That's a must. That's a must. Open up your Bibles now. Mm. Open up your Bibles. It's Bible time. Now I'm pushing you toward more religiosity, churchanity, and churchanese. Yeah. Well, it's at the root. Good morning, baby girl. Good morning. It's at the root. It's at the root. Here are 4 opportunities for you to incorporate into your daily practices of practicing his presence. I'm asking you, I'm talking specifically to you. I'm talking to you, not at anyone. How are you prioritizing God's presence in your life? And you ought to have a game plan for prioritizing the presence of God. I promise you, you ought to have a game plan. And this is the game plan that I have adopted. Minister Moore and I have adopted from um him the Red Sea rules. And I told you, number one, because of what has happened, I had to visualize him in my mind. Like last night, I said, Lord, I'm laying down. And man, I was tired because Saturday night I didn't get any rest. I just had to wrestle with something. Uh, and it was cool. Uh, I laid down last night and I was like, Lord, you got to be in my mind because some of the decisions that I have to make moving forward, I need a sense of peace in the midst of the turmoil. Like I need that sense of peace. Like I'm going to need that sense of peace. So I'm like, okay, get him in my mind. Get him in my mind. Get him in my mind. All right. So I need everybody. Mm, Shirley said he spoke to me in response to a question. Woo! God has that. Listen, did he not ask a question to Adam? Where art thou? Listen, when God asks us questions, oh, there's a revelation in store. Can I say it that way? When God asks us questions, there's a revelation in store. And Jesus Christ asked the disciples, who do men say that I am? Mm. But here's the thing. And here's my shout, and here's why I want to encourage those who are listening right now this morning. You know, you have literally begun to grow when you can hear the voice of God in your mind asking you a question and recognize that. Because for a lot of people who do not practice his presence, and I probably need to gather some data on that. Like, yeah, I need that. Yeah, I need that. Whew, I need that. Like you've reached that point where I know God is asking me a question. So here's your four ways. Again, let me move that 4 ways to do that. Yes, Jesus loves me. Let's see. All right, let me take that off. All right, Jonah chapter 1 and Jonah chapter 2. Yeah, just Jonah chapter 1, Jonah chapter 2. Y'all, listen, there's no excuse now for just not opening up the book and reading the Bible. Like, really, no excuse. Like, for real. There's no excuse. We should be opening up the book and reading it. No excuse, ma'am and sir, for not opening up the book and just reading it. Jonah teaches us several things. I'm not going to go through all the things I taught yesterday, but I will mention this today and tomorrow. Good morning, cousin. Good morning. Good to see you. Cause I didn't reach that golden age where I gotta take not one, not two, three, not four, five, not six, seven, eight, 9, 10. I gotta take my medicine. I gotta take my meds. But anyway, when God begins to speak to us, and God spoke to Jonah, and God speaks to all of us, and I'll say this, Jonah 1 and 2, that's where I've been studying preaching from. People always say, pastor, whatever you want to call me, I'm not hearing God. Yes, you are. Listen, yes, you are. God doesn't have to speak audibly. God can speak through circumstances. God can speak through situations. God can speak through storms. God can speak when things are settled. Listen, nothing was going, to my knowledge, Shannon, Shirley, nothing was going wrong in the life of Jonah when God spoke. I'll say that again for the people in the back who need to hear this. Nothing was going wrong in the life of Jonah when God spoke. I'll say that again for the people in the back. Nothing was going wrong in the life of Jonah when God spoke. But when God speaks, it's a command you cannot cancel. Do not start your day off ignoring the voice of God or practicing his presence. Don't start your day off like that. Don't. That's why I meet you here every day so that you and I can develop the habit of practicing the presence of God. And the more we practice the presence of God, the more of God we can hear. And the more of God we can hear, the more of God we can have. I'm gonna land my plane here. You can ignore the call of God, but God won't change the mission and the mandate he has on your life. You can make decisions to honor the request of others in your life. You can, I have, and totally miss what God is doing in and through you, for you. He ain't gonna change it. Yeah, he ain't gonna change it. He ain't gonna change it. Number two, here it is, Shannon and Shirley. Here it is. It's at the root. You can delay your obedience, but the assignment is still yours. Um, you can delay the obedience, but the assignment is still yours. Thirdly, you can change locations like Jonah, but the Lord has not changed. You can change location, but God has not changed. He's not changed. He has not changed a bit. So, running from God will cause you to run into God in a place where you were not expecting God. Running from God, and that's really our hashtag for the week. Running from God will cause you, running from God will cause you to bump into God in a place where you weren't expecting to meet God. And I close. When we are running from God, and thank you, lovely individual who gave me this revelation. When you make the decision to go down, Whose hands are you trusting to get you up? And there are times when I'm down in life where I'm trusting the wrong hands to get me up. So don't run from God this week. Practice his presence. Let me put it back up here. What are you doing to practice his presence? Read the book of Jonah. Read the book of Jonah, chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's all they are, y'all. Like you should have, by the end of this week, you should have read Jonah at least 12 times. Literally. And you will find yourself in the book of Jonah because nothing was going considerably wrong in my estimation when God spoke to him. Hmm. Hmm. All right, y'all. I'm going to walk now. I got to exercise. Die. Let's see. What does it say? Directions, directions, directions. All right. Take 2 of those. I'm good. All right. I'm getting off of here. How are you feeling? Let's go through our feeling wheel one more time. Split view. How do I feel? How do I feel? How do I feel? How are you feeling? Are you fearful? Are you angry? Are you disgusted? Are you sad? Are you happy? Or are you surprised? Our feeling wheel. I'm saddened. And so in my sadness, and I'm just being facetious, in my sadness, I isolate myself from those individuals who could possibly encourage me to come out of the state of sadness. I'm vulnerable, and in my vulnerabilities, I have to be very careful that I don't show my scars to the wrong individuals. Yeah. So I'm grateful today. Y'all have helped me today. Y'all have really helped me today. You truly blessed me. We're getting off of here. Uh, Let me do that. Let's get off of here. Yeah, I'm gonna end my stream. Read the book of Jonah 1, 2, 3, 4. Read it again. I'm talking about read it again. Oh, church announcements real quickly. Wednesday night, everybody shout Wednesday, Wednesday through Friday. Wednesday through Friday, our Tennessee State Winter Board meeting will take place. It will take place at the McNary Hill Primitive Baptist Church, Hermosa. McNary Hill, 6 to 7, I lecture, 7 o'clock on Wednesday, Chris Hall speaking, 7 o'clock, Gary Patterson speaking, Friday, Raymond Carruthers is speaking. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. And then Saturday, we're having our church revitalization conference, Dr. Ronnie Russell at the Bethlehem. I think it's going to be at Bethlehem. So if you have anything to do, and if you want to do something positive and inspiring and uplifting, you can engage and meet us at those places. Shout out to the East High girls going to the state championship tournament. They won their sub-state or sub-sectionals, whatever they call it now. Shout out to them. Grateful for that and the endeavors that East has displayed. I think the boys play tonight. Yeah, I'll check with Theo and see where the boys are playing tonight. So there's still some basketball, and her track season has begun. Shout out to uh, Lil Cuzzo. She's doing her thing at Cane Ridge. Keep up the good work. Thank you, D, and everybody who has poured into Akila, her life. We're expecting great and wonderful things from her. Anything else I need to say? Shirley, how's Enzo doing in his reading? Want to make sure that people's children get the highlights that they deserve and sight words and all of those things. Anybody got any other announcements before we go? Remember, don't run from God. It's a command you can't cancel. You can ignore the call, but God won't change the mission. You can delay your obedience, but the assignment is still yours. You can switch locations, but God is still the same. And you will bump into him trying to run from him. So don't run from him. It's Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host, Cornelius. Uh-oh, we got a... Uh-oh. What? Chu is the track coach at Oakland. All right. God. Hey, tell I gave, we showed us some love. We showed us some love. And remember, again, this Friday, the radio show. Wow, how am I going to do the Romero, Shirley? Y'all might have to do the radio show from McNary Hill while I'm lecturing. I don't know how that's going to work. We'll figure that out. Well, shout out to Cuz, Chu, for being one of the track coaches at Oakland. Is that middle school, Shannon, or high school? Is she middle school counselor or high school counselor? All right, it's at the root. Be blessed. Remember, practice his presence, everybody. Remember, practice his presence. I'm off of here. Y'all, listen. Hit at highlight at followers to share the live. We're grateful that y'all tune in today to Conversations with Cornelius. I am your host. All right, middle school. That's what's up. Peace and blessings, y'all. Middle school, Oakland Middle School.